just announcing a 10-minute misconduct for Nick Delorier. I didn't see the indication by the officials as this game winds down, and now tempers flare in the goal crease. Silverberg made a save, and Mikey Anderson has somebody buried underneath that pile, and I believe it's Mason McTavish who comes out on top of the pile. Elias Anderson trying to get in there as well. This is dangerous. Players are down in the crease, and of course skates everywhere. As nobody has to stay outside the hash marks. The game is over. So you don't see defensemen making sure they don't encroach. And this will be renewed on Saturday at Staples Center, perhaps.
Well, what we know about Mason McTavish is that he's not afraid to get inside. So there's an exchange of slashes, and then there's a high stick by Anderson. And then it's on at that point. A little wrestling match. Nobody really stepping over the line, so there's not going to be anything to worry about in terms of supplementary discipline.
And now the players, Brian, this is an interesting twist, stay on the ice because they're going to do the shootout. And usually tempers flare at the end of the game. Everybody goes back to their respective locker rooms, but instead everybody stays on the bench. And they're going to come out and shovel the snow, and both teams get to practice their shootout moves.
Well, the positives for me in this game from an Anaheim perspective, the play of Trevor Zegras. I mean, he was dangerous on the attack. Had a couple of real good scoring chances himself, but that passing ability and the creativity, you saw that in the offensive zone. The negative, however, is the fact that the LA Kings scored 6 goals and 4 of them came on rebounds. It's an area that the Ducks have got to deal with, and that is cleaning up and being more physical and hungrier in front of their own net. And at times Stolarz was left to himself in this game, and you're not going to win a lot of hockey games if you're unable to protect your goal crease, because I don't fault Anthony Stolarz for this effort tonight. I'm sure he's disappointed.
You know, Brian, I thought it was interesting. You saw the officials over at the respective benches, and one of the Ducks' new assistant coaches, Mike Stuthers, was the most animated on the Anaheim bench. The irony there is he spent the last 6 years as the head coach of the American League affiliate of the Los Angeles Kings. And Dallas Aikens told us earlier when talking about Mike Stuthers, he said he's got an edge. And you see how quickly he comes over and wants to protect his players, even if it is at the expense of the players he's been coaching in a lot of cases the last 6 years. So Troy Terry, the first in the shootout to approach Cal Peterson, and he makes a stick save as he tried to sneak it 5-hole.
Yeah, it was a little cat and mouse game between the goaltender and Terry. Terry's trying to get him to move, and Cal Peterson just doesn't bite. And then that little poke check with the goal stick prevented Troy Terry from making the kind of shot that he was really looking for. Got in too tight, John.
Here comes Trevor Moore, the first shooter for the Kings. And he can't go 5-hole as that was shut down by Anthony Stolarz.
I don't know why players get so focused on the 5-hole. And I've talked about this before with the way goal equipment is with those long pads. There's not much of a 5-hole to target like in the old days.
Well, here's what they came to see. I beg your pardon, I thought it was Zegras. It's Comtois instead, trying to settle the puck and go backhand, and he roofs it.
A little shift by Comtois seemed to really freeze the goaltender Peterson. Watch this little fake right there with the hands, and you see Peterson go to his knees, and that's the cue for Max Comtois to think about the top of the net at that point.
Christian Wolanin, a defenseman, the next to go for the Kings, and he'll swing way in off the right wing. Stolarz out, and he scores.
This is the little push move that a lot of forwards like to use in penalty shots and shootouts. And they keep the puck well away from their body. See how far it is in front of Wolanin's body? And what he's doing there is he's getting speed moving laterally, and if he senses that the goaltender isn't square to the puck, he just fires it.
Shattenkirk, the third shooter for the Ducks, as he'll be the first defenseman to go for Anaheim, off the post and in.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, this is a shooter's goal right here. And this is, watch where he releases this puck from. This is what I'm talking about when you don't want to get in too tight. He's dead between the two hash marks, and the shot is perfect.
So perhaps a consolation prize available for the Ducks here, as Elias Anderson will be the third shooter. Ducks having scored twice in their 3 shots of the shootout. Anderson weaves his way back to the slot and off the post. So that'll do it from Honda Center tonight. Anaheim wins an unneeded shootout. But why not for posterity's sake? Because you won't be doing that again in another 2 games.
A similar type move to the move that was used to score against Anthony Stolarz. That time Anderson just catches the outside of the post, so a hollow victory.
Tale of 2 games. The Ducks led 3-0. They lose 6-3 at Honda Center. Back after this.